Welcome back. Happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
I hope you guys' holiday was great. Mine was great. We've been posting, and I'm so glad that people have been interacting with us this holiday. We have a lot of other different content and things that we have to still share, and we're excited about that.
Yeah, it's like we have a Christmas tree decoration. We're singing. We have a couple with our dog Foxy. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Thank you for all our subscribers and for commenting and interacting with us and dropping us your feedback because it's helping us get better.
Yeah, so in 2025, I feel like we made a lot of great strides of, you know, being more consistent and really talking about those topics that really what's it called? Resign or reside with us. That's what I meant to say. Resonate with us.
Reside in our
And
hearts.
yeah, it resides with us in our hearts. Just with things like that we relate to. So we always love hearing you guys' feedback and comments and sharing so that we can make better content that relates to you and want to answer some of your concerns and questions. Um, and I think that, that's what I really enjoyed about our content this year. We kind of, you know, went with a lot of different things and learned and got into our rhythm. And in 2026, I believe that we'll be doing better and expanding more on those things and being more creative and able to have more events and connective type things for us to all go on our healing journeys and our manifesting journeys and our better healthy lifestyle journeys that Not Vanilla promotes you.
You know, it would be really great if we did a day at the spa with like a self-care topic. No.
What do you mean?
Like we would go to King Spa and we would like have a mini podcast in the hot tub.
Get dark with it.
Okay. Now that we're talking it out loud, seems a little not good.
Okay. I mean, we don't have to be
In the hot tub.
the water. We don't have to be in the
We could just be
could
poolside.
we could be inside the area where they meditate or not meditate, the area that you're able to talk and be on your cell phones and stuff. Along with a whole bunch of other different events that we wanted to do, but hopefully we curate them more so that people can be involved in it and it's not just us podcasting from because we podcasted from the beach this year. So I'm more talking about events that we're curating to do with social outside of it.
And with that, we're going to start our reflection from last year to this year. So, Dom, I'm really excited that you're letting me lead the news section, mostly because I always am trying to avoid the news. So I do watch the news every day.
I try to avoid the news.
Yeah,
it's important.
But Dad likes to watch it. Like he watches the morning news, he watches the evening news, he watches a commentary piece midday with Dr. Richie, which I do love Dr. Richie, but a lot of the topics are really heavy. So it just makes it a lot for me. So I was watching the end of year review from CBS, Today Show, and I listened to I looked at Associated Press had some different pictures after we discussed what we wanted to do for this podcast. This has been a year, y'all, and it went by quick. Did you remember that Trump got elected into office this year? I thought that was several years ago. It's only year one. Okay. So the Eagles won the Super Bowl. That was like a big deal because remember they kicked out the Patriots. The Patriots, that was this year. They wanted to have like the 3 in a row win, but they didn't. The Eagles won with a black quarterback. Anyways, yes. Political leaders had got shot down in their house.
Right.
And not just one couple, two. One died, but one got shot. 135 died in a flood in Texas. The National Guard was sent to DC. Like, so much has happened.
Mhm.
This you probably remember. Charlie Kirk died. Jane Goodall. Did y'all remember that? That was more recent. She died this fall. Israel and Hamas.
Yeah.
They have peace talks, but they're already been bombing each other and going back and forth. But that was a big deal. Remember how the hostages were there for almost a year and we kept counting that down? The government shut down. Like, I think because they
Yeah.
stopped it before the holidays, we're just like, oh, what shut down? It don't matter. Y'all, they had the government shut down for the longest in history. Guess how many days?
90, right?
26. Because
It
usually,
felt like 90.
no, and that's what I'm saying. Like, our perception of time when we're going through these things is even skewed.
Felt like 3 months.
It did. It felt because, and imagine we are not even the ones who were going through that whole thing of not knowing when you were going to be able to go back to work, and lots of shootings. I'm not going to go into all of them because there's so many, but I think it just speaks to the fact that not only is it so many that I don't want to number them, but that it's not even a big deal in our culture when we hear about things like that. It's kind of just like, oh yeah, it was another shooting. Before we used to be sad, and now there's definitely a numbing effect to this. Christmas was just last week. Of course we remember that. But think about how it was all this prep work. Get ready for Christmas. Get ready for Christmas. And now it's already gone. Hanukkah is already gone. Now we don't celebrate Hanukkah, but we can appreciate the Festival of Lights. And right now we're going through Kwanzaa, which we'll talk a little bit about. And New Year's is just a few days away. So we can talk about that. So this week is kind
It's
of
one of
the
my
pause.
favorite holidays. I love
New Year's. Oh, okay. The pause before the storm. You're not rushing. You're not ready to let go of the year yet because we're still in there, right? So we're in this strange in between place where people are trying to wrap up their items of the year and get ready to decide where they're going emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Because some people, they may have to get surgeries. I know a few years ago, I was trying to get ready for a surgery. Dad had just finished a surgery. So a lot of those decisions are getting done now. Like, what do I even want to do this? Do I want to get on certain medications? So I know a lot of people are going through a lot of transitions, which brings me to how do we process this time period without being numb?
Yeah, it just depends on, what the time that you're going through and what you're going through in life or where you are in life.
Yeah.
And I think that it can be quite heavy.
It's a reflective time for sure.
I mean, a time to just do those brick stones. But also, I know you're supposed to prepare all year, or that's why I guess certain things are important to make sure that you're following those goals throughout the year. So that
Yeah.
your end of the year into the new year feels refreshing. The things that you were already building and working towards. And I
But you
feel
can't
like,
prep all year.
yeah, I say I
It's
feel
got to
like,
be action at some point.
everyone's different. I feel like I like New Year's because it reminds me of those different goals that I set because April is really my year for me. Like when it's my birthday,
Oh,
that's
that's
when
your
I feel
beginning of
like
the year.
yeah, what do I want to do by my next birthday? The things I want to accomplish by my next birthday. So New Year's kind of is just like the making sure that I'm on track to the things that I said I wanted to do by my next birthday. That's what I did with the New Year. So I always think that it is good.
And I think a lot of people think of it like that. I don't know why I never thought of it that way though. Because that's what's important to us internally is
Mhm.
like, oh, I'm doing another year where it's like this arbitrary year. My birthday's in the middle of the year. So it
So
don't even
I'm
matter.
doing it
Right.
around my existence,
Right.
right? Like, so it's like, yeah, my
Ooh,
year,
that's so
because you're
good.
living in your year. So it's like, yeah, and I learned that from it's like when you're like planning for your birthday, right? And you never have enough time. Like you just said that you plan for Christmas, you plan for Christmas, and then it comes, and then
And
it's
it's
like
gone.
this overwhelming thing, right? So it's like it's either you're actually planning and doing the things that you want to do for your birthday, or you're not. Because usually when you get to that point and it's not it, you're like,
That's
ah,
good.
that's not what I wanted to do. But you didn't prepare, you didn't plan because you just now thought about it.
Right.
You were just now thinking about it. So
I do that a lot. I
so
need to
it's
stop.
like
Yeah.
for me, it's like if I know I wanted to do a certain thing. Like, if I know I wanna go here for my birthday, then make sure I do right my birthday. So, just saying
That
make
also
sure I
oddly sounds like you're like,
the
you got to do overtime. You
I
got to
did
stack
not even think
stuff.
about it.
Right.
Time my birthday
Okay.
time. I
Okay.
made it. I did good in my year
You're
because I
I'm
know I
tracking.
did good in my year because I was able to not everyone's like that, you know? If people have kids, they're different than that. I'm saying this is what works for me and mine.
I think some people that's like a big holiday for them. The day you're born.
I don't know what it is. I just like April, and it feels like a great time to
It is
celebrate.
because it's
If it's
spring.
nothing, yeah, I would say, all the holidays are gone, and you're literally
In the
like, oh,
middle,
I'm resetting. Oh
minding
my
your
gosh, I
business.
feel right. I feel free again. I feel like my life is my life. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry, y'all. That was a core reflection right there. That was a core reflection.
It was a good job. It was a good job. And I will say this. I think when you're thinking like that, your mindset to get stuff done, whether it's because did you know that it's something called the 12-week year where people think of their year as the quarters. So that way they're getting stuff done. I think however you have to process it, that's good. But you can't just be like, la 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 la, it'll happen.
Yeah.
Or it's just, once a year because regardless, if you're not on task for what you want, you're just living a life that's not the life you necessarily wanted to have.
And I'm saying that because I can decide the different things that I just know by my birthday, I want to be able to decide if I'm leaving the country or if I'm be chilling. Those are the type of goals I like to set. Like I want to make sure that by my birthday, I'm comfortably able to do whatever it is that I want to do.
That you want to do. Yeah.
Where some people, their birthday keeps coming around and they're never able to do what they want to do.
Me.
No, I don't think that's true.
No, it is true.
You don't be going to do stuff on your birthday.
No, but it's not because I planned it. Like I literally am on a hope and a prayer. It's either you guys are taking me or dad has already strategically because he probably knows that I'm not going to put the time into organizing it. But yeah, that's why I was telling you. I think, oh, well, I'm kind of jumping ahead, but I think my planning portion needs to change for this upcoming year because I want to be able to go away somewhere that is meaningful and not keep saying that, oh, I'm going to go away to Panama and not do it.
I agree. Sometimes growth doesn't feel like it's winning. It feels like it's letting go. And some lessons came quickly, others took a whole year. Yeah, I mean, those are just true things. Those are just true things. I feel like us reflecting on those things that do work for us and don't work for us, it takes that full year of reflection of, you know what, this is what I had set for myself. And I
Yeah.
realized that about the New Year's thing, that doesn't work for me. But if I set something around my birthday for instance of the things that I like, it works. It'd be like, okay, I can, and
Right. No,
usually
but
it
that's
works.
a good
Like it works.
motivation because usually as an older person, a mature woman, I do think of my birthday of this time of, oh my God, what the have you done this year? Like, get
It's a
it
reflection of
together. But
money.
it's not like I am intentionally planning towards it. And I think
Mm.
that's you and I talking about that as an intentional switch that it could be better for me instead of like having the dread, which is probably why I have the dread of my birthday a lot of times.
You do. And it's like, you shouldn't. Because I know every time my birthday, like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I can at least do this, and that. Because it's like I had planned around doing
Yeah.
those certain things. And And I think it makes you feel better that you are showing up for yourself. Like the New Year's and Christmas and all of that is nice. It's cool, but your birthday is like you're showing up for yourself
Yeah.
day. And that's why I think it's kind of sad when people don't celebrate their birthday. You're not a person that doesn't celebrate your birthday, but I think it's kind of sad when you don't celebrate your birthday because it's like all these other unnecessary holidays.
We go out of our
You
way
that you go
to
out of your way for
celebrate others. Yeah.
commemorate and recognize, but not gonna recognize yourself.
Well, what did you do this past year for your birthday?
I went back to one of my favorite places that I went to, Atlantic City. I like going to
Oh, you
Atlantic City
do love
back in the
Atlantic
day.
City.
And then I also did a
It seems like an old person place to me.
I went back to Atlantic City and it reminded me of why that's a place of the past. Like it reminded me of why it's a place of the past. And
It's
then
not very gentrified and has like
it's not that it's not
new
gentrified.
places.
It's not very reconstructed. Yeah, it's not very new. It's outdated. They did their
Not
best with the customer service, but it's like everything needs to be updated. Like for it to be a place of entertainment and
that's a
attraction
staple, right?
in all of those casinos, and for it to literally be a big place like that, or our East Coast Vegas, they need to do better. I'm not gonna lie. And like I said, back in the day, I used to love Atlanta City. Drive out there right front. That reminded me of why I had stopped going out there because it was
Yeah.
like when I went to other places and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is nicer quality." And I was like, "Why did I not go to Atlantic City?" So my 30s, I was closing out, I guess, the things that I like to do and the things
Oh,
that made me comfortable. And of why they don't make me comfortable because I had a terrible birthday dinner. It was like a hair in my food, so I was like, "No," and I just wanted to go home. And I actually was supposed to go out to the New Jersey Coach Cafe, but I didn't make it there because we had drove all the way.
Coach has a cafe.
Yeah, Coach Cafe in Jersey, and I ended up
Oh, wow.
driving out
That's so
Atlantic
cool.
City, which was still far from this Jersey place. So it was like, But then when we came back on this side back home, I ended up going to dinner with my friends. We did like a happy hour thing with a couple of my friends. Not everybody was there, but my main friends that I love and grown with throughout my 20s, they were there, and that was fun.
Oh, that's so awesome.
We
And
went
you never know, like you saying when in your 20s, the friends from your 20s, you never know when you guys are all going to be free again. So it was good that you guys were able to do that.
Yeah, and I wasn't going to, but I am glad that I did because it's been a while since I've seen those friends.
Yeah. And could hang out with them. And
I was
um
just 8 man.
what did I do for my birthday? Oh, we were at the hot tub.
We went to the rooftop,
We went to
and
the
Tony was
rooftop.
here. Tony had came back for your birthday,
Mhm.
right?
And we did no, we celebrated like 2 weekends because
Um,
the weekend before was 4th of July. Tony was here. He wasn't actually here on my birthday, was he?
no, I think he was here the day of his birthday.
He wasn't here for 4th of July,
Yeah,
one
he
of the
wasn't
2.
here for the first.
But I had like 2 weekends of tomfoolery. I mean, we ate, we drank, we were on the rooftop, we cooked out.
And that's what she wanted to do. You
Yeah,
wanted to be up on the rooftop.
I wanted to be on the rooftop and we got like the most expensive sunblock and stuff, remember? We went to Ulta.
I got some more sunblock.
Uh-huh.
Did. That was fun, and we had on
Yeah.
your
I got a big old balloon, like
your new bathing suit.
usually at Giant, they have these big balloons. And I remember being
I
like,
got the champagne balloon.
I'm willing to get a big balloon for my nieces and nephews. I'm going to get one for myself. And I got like cupcakes. Like my mom loved cupcakes. So I got cupcakes and drove the BMW.
You did?
Yes. Dad was upset with me,
Really?
but I did it. I drove Kit by myself and, just had a good little time.
See? We reflected about our birthdays. I love my birthday every year. Usually I didn't used to. I just not that I didn't used to. I always love my birthday. I'm moving to.
You did.
I was like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I always love my birthday. Yeah. So I actually tried to go on a trip like Atlantic City. That was me. I know better. I like better trips now. That's what happened.
But I feel like there was
That's what
nostalgia
happened.
there that, oh my gosh, I could go away
To this trip
to
getaway.
yeah, and
We
it's
like
gonna
finer
remind me of
things
my
now.
youth.
We like finer things. To bring me back to the things I used to like and accept in my youth was like mirroring. It was like, I actually don't like those things anymore. And that was learning.
But you know what's funny? We had went somewhere in Myrtle Beach and we thought it would be old and retro and not cool. And remember, we went inside and they had refit this outside of the diner looked like a dive, but inside it was beautiful. Remember the honeybees?
Honeycomb or something.
Yeah, it was they had refurbished everything inside, but the outside was still like the nostalgic of
And some
the
places
80s or
do
90s.
that.
Yeah, and some places do that. I thought that was cool.
That's what needs to happen in Lansing because I
Yeah.
know it can be great.
Where it's
I
like,
know.
oh, but I think I know people hate to say or hate gentrified stuff, but I like when they redo neighborhoods and make it look beautiful and have great restaurants. And some things should look the same.
When they tear that shit down and rebuild it better.
I'm just saying, like, can we have a mix? Because honeybees is a good example of a mix. The outside looked classic, but the inside they had redone it. The bar was bright and beautiful. It was welcoming.
They
The
had different
people were
lighting.
nice. They had, and they didn't have the whole menu. So it was like they niched down. That was a good breakfast. It was like good options. So I'm just like, can't we have a mix of that? World leaders who are doing these things. Okay, moving on.
We have enough of that. I mean, I feel like us millennials we're on the other side where it's like keep the individuality and stuff. I like that about Atlantic City. That
Yeah.
each of the casinos look different. Their individuality.
They could have their own
Clean it
vibe.
up.
Yeah,
I'm just
just look
literally
new.
clean it up. Look new. It's been
Redo,
here for
revamp your
decades.
bloodline.
All the money I made, reinvest it back into the people in the community.
Yep, and
So
pay
that
your
we can
people
still
good.
enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I really went out there like, oh my God, oh my God. And I'm just gonna leave it there. Y'all food court is great, top notch. Y'all have Western food, Mexican food, all of all the great things, everything. Y'all have
Wait, did you
everything.
try the food?
I didn't retry the food. That's why I was like, dang, that was the only thing that actually no, I did. Remember I told you I went to PF Chang's and it was a hair and my birthday dinner. So it was like it did ruin me. I did try.
PF
Like I
Chang's
did
do
try. Like I did try. So
And really, why
I
aren't
like
people wearing what is it called? Nets and hair nets and stuff.
because that was the first time we even went to go out to eat out there too. No, actually, it was not. We went to an expensive ass place. Oh, so sure. And I've learned to leave the things that you know that you don't like anymore in the past. Stop trying to re-traumatize yourself. That's how I'm saying.
I think sometimes we have to go through things like that just to know, but I know for me, it wasn't so much relationships, but just like work things. I had gotten a new client and it was like the same client in the same job as before. It had a lot of the same old feelings of overwhelm, too much, chaos. So I had purpose in my mind. I didn't want that. That's why I left. How did I end up back here? And why did I think it was going to work second and third time around? So I guess that is relationships, but it's annoying to me that I get and I guess it's because I'm familiar with that feeling of chaos, but that's not okay.
Yeah, I'm realizing my new rule of thumb, I'm running a strict program over here.
What's your
2026. The first time I don't like something will be the last time.
Oh, I like that because why do I have to
I
keep
said
exposing
will
myself?
be the last time.
Right.
I'm
Because I
gonna
didn't
say I
like it
don't
the
like
first
it.
time. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna like it
so
the second or third time.
I don't know why I
I
keep
don't
going.
like green eggs
And
and
if
ham.
it's something I know I don't like, I don't know why I keep compromising. I don't like it. I
Especially
don't
when you
have to
name
like
it.
it. Yeah,
It's
like
like,
I
wait a
don't like it.
minute,
I don't
you're
have to like
this.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a chance, but I think the kindest thing we could do for ourselves and the other people is, yeah, this is not gonna work. It's not about you, it's just not gonna work.
I don't even think I say. I'm not even letting you get that far. I don't like. No, I don't like it. I don't. No, I don't have to explain it to you. I just said I don't like it. I mean, it's not even that I don't have to explain it to you. It's nothing really go back and forth. You can like it. I don't like it. So I don't want it.
And that's growth.
And that
Growth.
growth.
Yeah,
Because
growth is I
I
don't
really,
like it and it's
I used
fine
to
and I
like
can move
try
on.
to make myself like. I don't know why. I don't know why. Or make myself understand. And if I don't like it,
Well, that's
I don't like
another
it.
level of growth though. I don't like
Yeah.
it is one, and then the reason why behind it, so you won't keep choosing that same thing.
It took a while,
Yeah.
but I'm glad we got here because
I was just looking at you because I'm still like processing that. But yeah, that's like one level, level two. Yep.
yes, yeah,
And I guess that's the outgrowths that you don't even realize at times.
and those are the moments that matter that they taught us that matters more. What matters more, taught us what matters more, which is learning about yourself. And Charlie had kept saying that. My aunt, she kept saying that.
Yeah.
Well, what can it teach you about yourself? What can it teach you about yourself? I remember she kept saying that. And I'm like, why do you keep saying that? I know
Good
about myself.
advice.
I know about myself. You don't have to keep telling me what can I learn about myself. Nobody can teach me no shit that I don't know about myself.
That she wasn't trying to teach
But
you. She was just trying to help you
no,
see
it was what I was saying
what is
about
it
what
trying to
she
teach
was
you.
saying. It was like
Oh,
nobody can teach me what I don't already know about myself.
amen.
That's what I was thinking. But no, in that I did learn a lot about myself. I learned about that individual too. But in them doing the stuff I don't like made me learn myself as well. That I did grow. That I
Wait,
won't
you're gonna have to clarify that. So Charlie was telling you, what can this situation teach
teach
you
you
about
about
yourself?
yourself. And I was so angry that I was like, nobody can teach me nothing about myself. Like no, nothing nobody puts me through can teach me something about my own self that I don't already know about myself. Like I was looking at it
Yeah.
like, no, you got me effed up in this situation. But it's like, you know what? Even when you go through bad stuff or stuff happens to you, you can still learn stuff about
I think you
yourself.
always are in a process of learning something. And if you don't see that situation as a learning opportunity, you're going to repeat it and stay in the mess.
Mm.
So I think when I think about a lot of hard stuff that I had been through, and I remember I was dealing with a difficult coworker, and I remember one of the ladies that I was working with asking me that, like, oh, well, she's just a mirror for you of what you need to work out or what you need to improve on. And I think I had that same response, like, no, they have a problem, but it's like
Right.
you're seeing something that needs to be worked out in you, and the only way you can get to that level is if you go through that process.
Again. And I had to go through it again to be like, you know what? It's me. And I did already know the lesson. But now I understand the lesson.
In
I
a different
did
level.
already know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I did already know what I didn't like. And I knew what I knew. But now I know why I didn't like what I like. And now I know why I know what I know.
You know what?
I was thinking,
And why I know what I know. Alrighty then.
no sense.
It makes no sense, but it does make sense. But I was trying to clarify the thing with Charlie, and then you went down another rabbit hole.
Because it does make sense. Because sometimes it's
You had to
fool me
learn to let
once,
go.
shame on you.
Fool me twice, shame on me.
Fool me
You know what I'm
twice.
talking
You ain't gonna shame. You ain't gonna fool me again.
Not
That's
fool me
why.
again.
That's why. Because yes, it's like you did already know the lesson, but now you had to. What did you just say?
The lesson of letting go?
The lesson of letting
Yeah.
go. Now you, because it's like, okay, you did that lesson, but now it's like, oh, I
Because
have to
we
let
go
it
through
go, but
so
it's not
much.
going to be
Just because we don't want to let go and we don't want to say
or we
goodbye.
don't want to learn the lesson, or we don't want to.
We don't want to say goodbye, but
for
it's
what it
like,
is.
it's fine. Everyone has a season in our life, and we have to realize that and
And see it for the truth that
Yeah.
it is. we did talk about a little bit of highlights about our past birthdays and what we just did, but we do post a lot of those things on our YouTube reels or highlights. We post those things on our Instagram reels and highlights. We post those things on TikTok sometimes as well.
I
Um,
actually don't post on
we
TikTok,
post
so hopefully you're doing that.
we post on what's that other thing that you're on?
I
Substacks.
Yeah.
We post our um articles on that we share. So I feel like, in this new year of 2026,
The
we
year
have a
2026.
lot of content and material that we like sharing and we want to expand upon that knowledge and sharing those things with people. I hate these packages. I like them. But we have different things that we want to share, and we have different ways that we share them for those different bodies and concepts. Like, yes, we're here talking on the podcast, but my Roxana also has a blog that she talks on Unfiltered and Substacks on. I relate to people through
Instagram and
Instagram
TikTok.
and social media and
TikTok.
reposting reels and carousels and things like that that have mental health content in them. I also go on threads and have forums there where I talk about things, and Not Vanilla is a big resource that I use backing a lot of those
Yeah.
psychological conversations, mental health conversations that we have. So this is a resource that we're giving, that we're sharing, that we're passionate about, that we like, because we've been through it. I I'm talking about it to you guys. I think that
And that's
we're
therapeutic.
not listen,
What?
but we are.
Okay. What I will say is that we need to put the reps in. And what we've done is we've curated a lot of stuff. And now it's going to be,
I feel like it's a lot of stuff there.
we're
So
going
at
to
this
take
point, we're
more
gonna just
time to put even more on our Instagram and on our YouTube because that was a piece that was missing. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we need to stage things to up up build up a business, build up a platform. And one of the things that I think I'm really excited about for this new year is not only building the
I
presence,
think the
but
presence is there. Amazing. Now it's like, all right.
making different items, making different connection pieces.
Because we've been doing this maybe for like 8 years.
Yeah, a little bit over a
It's
year.
really good. And that's why it's like now I think we are going to expand on those different tangible things. I think actually we've been doing a great job. I mean, this comes very natural to us. This is real things that we're talking about, the things that we go and do. We don't go and do it to make content. We're already doing it and we're just recording it so that you see what these actual things look like.
And I think our best highlight moment is something we really did not post a lot about, but I will be curating a couple of a whole story around is when you tried voting.
Oh, when I tried to do the rap.
Yes.
Um, yeah, that was hard. I mean, I think I was thinking of it very lackadaisical. Like I didn't think that it was like a real extreme sport, but it is called an extreme sport.
Yeah.
And the wave or the river didn't look like it was really moving. But
But
when you put your raft in there and gravity of water
the current.
takes over, the current takes over,
It was an exciting time.
I felt like my life was in danger. I do know how to swim. I do know how to swim. The water, you can
It was
stand in
cold too.
but guys, it just feels like
It was freezing.
you're going down
And it
a
was
river and you
spring.
don't know
Wait,
where you're
was
going.
it spring or summer?
It was August, so it was summer, but it was like getting colder outside. It was
But
August, but
it
it was
was
like
no business being that cold in the water. The water
I
was
feel
cold.
like the day was hot because we had on
It
shorts.
was.
Like it was
Actually,
a
come
good
to
day.
think about it, it's
Good day.
hilarious that we just thought it was kicks and giggles because there
Well,
was people in
how
what
did
are those
we
things
get
called? The suits. People had their little swims, like the leggings,
other
swimsuits.
diver
Yeah.
suits on? I this is something I want to do. I'm getting into, and that's probably going to be maybe something, an activity or something that we offer here at Not Vanilla. I'm gonna try to get it
Active water
together.
sports.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think
gonna
we
try to
should
get it
do
together.
that as a meetup.
But I do have a raft. I'm gonna get a couple of more
People
better
who want to
ones.
try active sports,
Um,
and we meet up and just try them
and
with a guide
It
that knows what
with
the
an
hell they're
actual
doing.
guide or a ranger that knows what they're doing. Because like I said, that was fun. Thank God I had my sister and my mom with me because I was just gonna go by myself.
Yeah. And Laura was very helpful.
I was just gonna go by myself. And had I gone by myself, I would have been down the river. Possibly
Getting
a
into
little
some rocks.
traumatized
Mhm.
from almost drowning. Even though I do know how to swim. Again, I do know how to swim, guys. But
But it is snakes and
it
turtles in
is
the
like
water. Something
the
else.
actual wild.
Yeah.
Not like a pool.
Whew.
But yeah, that was that one was fun.
It was a great time.
Um, I remember it was like this butterfly, like trying to warn us this whole time. Like it was like there,
It was
just
grandma.
flying around us the whole time. Like, oh my gosh,
It
what are
kept
y'all
saying, "No,
doing?
no,
What are y'all
no.
doing? What are y'all doing?"
Don't do it. You're not ready.
And
Please, please, please."
I see why it was doing that now, because I've seen people try to get in from right there before, and them probably just going back away from the water and walking down the shore.
But do you remember
Because
what
that
happened when we left? We had went to the trail and then we came back and it was a family just set up there peaceful, not trying. No, they were in the water. They were peacefully swimming in the water, and it's like they knew the current was too much.
they made like
They had made a bench
They made a
from
bench
wood. It
out of
looked so good out there.
in the seconds that it took us to take the raft back to the car. And then I think Laura got hurt on that walk because when we did start walking the hike after rafting, trying to raft, we had fell and slipped in the rocks.
Not we.
Yeah, Laura fell and slipped in the rocks. And yeah,
Yeah.
it was a lot going on that day.
So I
But
think
that was
having
fun.
the right equipment, wearing the right things, knowing the stuff, I think I didn't realize that it could be dangerous until I saw the family had already knew when the current was and how to set up and that they could swim.
Pro tip.
What's the
You
pro tip?
need a long, strong rope. Two, because you need one for the raft and then one that you had to pull yourself. This is in hindsight thought. That's why this is a pro tip.
You have a string this big,
A very strong string.
maybe 3 feet. You only had like 3
So
feet.
that you
if
can be
that.
like Indiana Jones. I now understand why Indiana Jones had the loop, the lassie, so that you can pull yourself. Because if not,
How would you get in?
how?
Think about it. Or
You
no,
keep
or we were
going.
supposed to have a donut because people had donuts out there, like the donut ring.
I did need a donut for the raft. A donut and a
Did you
strong
have a life
string.
jacket?
I did not have a life jacket.
And a life jacket. We did not have life
I
jacket.
did not have a life jacket. But I do. I had a raft. The raft's supposed to
And you supposedly knew how to swim.
stay on the raft, right? And you supposed to know how to swim.
I'm laughing, y'all. There's no way.
Y'all,
Like
on
once
the
the
raft, you
current
still
gets
need-
you, yeah, once
you
the
still
current
need-
gets you, like in my mind, I thought it was okay, but now that we're saying it out loud,
It was
dumb.
ridiculous.
There was no way you were gonna swim out of the current.
No, it wasn't. You do need a life jacket.
Oh my god.
So I was being a little dangerous.
That was
and
so
that was fun. In
not smart.
hindsight, I will still go rafting, but I do need a life jacket. I need some ropes. That's about it. Like,
And I think the first time, some of the things that we don't take advantage of are the free guides. And now that I'm saying this is kind of like in life, there are guides that are sent to us. We need to utilize that.
that butterfly was trying to tell us not to do it. And thank goodness.
But there are rangers and stuff that are free that show demos
Oh,
and
you're talking
stuff.
about actual guys. Sorry. Okay.
No. I'm talking about actual guides and spiritual guides. Like people will try to guide us and we'll be like, no, brr. And it's like, no, it's there for a reason. It came to you for a reason. All you gotta do is listen and follow.
Because that butterfly was literally, y'all, imagine, and every time you're moving, the butterfly right there, like,
I thought the butterfly was
don't
sick,
do it.
but
Like,
then yeah, in retrospect,
it just kept flying around us. And it was, again, we're in the woods.
And it was drinking
and
water,
it was
which
just flying around.
why did it feel safe enough? Because I did read that butterflies do drink water. Did you know that? They do get thirsty and they drink water. So it was like, why did the butterfly feel safe enough to do that around us? And
I'm
all
like,
of that
what
good
y'all
stuff.
doing down here? That was fun. I would recommend that. It was freeing. It kind of like let out all that built up like anxiety about, oh, how do you do this thing? I feel like the best way to get over that anxiety of how do you do something is to do that
You
thing.
got to do
Even
it. You
if you
can't
mess
keep
up,
planning.
I was scared. I don't know what I would have did if I went up there by myself. I probably would have jumped out of the boat and just walked back.
You would have lost the boat.
And I
You
would have
been
like tried to
forget
drag the
this.
boat back. Yeah, because it was scary. I was like, all right, I'm stupid. I don't know what to do. But I did have the oars.
Ooh, just thank goodness, like nothing bad happened. We made it back safe, like all the things.
I like that. I'm gonna do it again. That was so fun. I
We should do it
actually
again
want
in
to
the
do it
spring.
again. Yeah, I was like, that's actually really fun.
And I think those real life moments helps us not to be numb and go through life with just the same old, kind of not expecting much, you know?
Mhm.
I think that's how you counteract the apathy of hearing all the bad news, hearing even the bad stuff that's going on in our life. You can be going through a lot of bad stuff, but still go for a hike and still have new experiences. Those are
And it
free.
makes your life better.
It makes your life better.
Go to the oh, this is a great tip too. Great life tip. Museums. Museums are free. You learn so much, and the stuff is
And
actually
it's
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's clean. It makes you feel elevated. Not only
And
that,
that's
it's
healing for
like
your soul and your spirit. Yeah.
you learn something, and it is free. And you're learning something. You're opening up something that you may not have thought about. You know, it's just a lot. I do like that. Hiking.
Learning different cultures and even how you were saying about the different foods, just trying different things. I think I went to a wellness demo, and one of the things that the doctor was sharing was aniseed, fennel seeds. I'm sorry, chewing that in Indian culture, it refreshes your mouth. So
What's fun?
it's like a little seed, and you chew it, and it's like minty and
You don't
refreshing.
swallow it? Is it like a sunflower seed?
It's not like it's smaller than a sunflower seed.
Okay.
And in every Indian restaurant, they said he was saying that they have a bowl of it. And he was like, what is that? You put a teaspoon in your hand and you just chew it like gum.
Oh, no, I just want to eat.
No, I'm trying to make sure too. So I think just learning different cultures. And when I had tasted that seed, it really helped me feel like refreshed. And I was like, that's why we need to expose ourselves to different things. Cause I didn't even want to go to the wellness thing at that point. But it was like I was glad I went because he was talking about different breathing practices and just being in a space with other people that are trying to seek wellness, seek beauty. If you're at a museum, you're calm, you're at that place where you're trying to feel
Learn.
elevated as well. Yes.
Like, I realized that well, this is in like retrospect of me just looking at things. This is totally off guard. Usually, the difference of helping yourself feel better to not feel better is either staying in place or keep going. And part of keep going is like learning and seeing new things.
Yeah.
Like if you stay in one place or stay stagnant, you know, you're not going to feel like you're elevating or moving because you're not. You're
You're
staying
not.
in one place.
You're literally.
You're not. So if you never even try those things or you're a person that I don't really like the museums. I don't really like hiking and stuff. I don't really like experiencing new things. I just like the things that I like and being comfortable. It's probably why you're sad.
But I think
It's probably why
that's
you
the
can't do the
interesting
different things
statement
because you
because a
just
lot of
trying.
people say that. And it's like, well, did you try those things to say you don't like them?
No, but I know that I don't. And it's like, you know what? I can't relate to you on that because I will at least try something new. I don't
Right.
like it, especially if I've never tried it or I don't know. Just like that, I don't know. But I am willing to try because I never tried.
Right.
And it's a lot of things like that. Because I think I used to be like that with Brussels sprouts until I tried it. And I was like, "Oh, they
Right.
do smell nasty, but they do taste good. They're
Flavorful.
seasoned well." Yeah, like, it's actually totally different than what I thought.
Than what you thought?
I mean, it's actually totally different than what I thought. So, just different things like that. One of the other things that me and my friend like to do, now we love to do this, but it doesn't work for my sister. She does not like to do these things
What?
or does not like to do it. We have went over the summer and springtime, they do like these neighborhood art walks. And art walks can be interpreted however you want to interpret this art walk.
I'm
'Cause now,
thinking you're seeing the walls of art or no?
at this point in time, an art walk is interpreted however you feel the art walk is, because when we went out there, we didn't see much art. But they were saying the art was neighborhood arts, was in the what is it called?
Murals?
The murals, the art was inside of a restaurant. Look at this. So it is.
Wait, did they tell you that's what it was?
No, they didn't tell us that. It was like we're thinking it's gonna be like intentional exhibits, and so we're walking around, and Lou's like, "Well, where's the art?" Like we're all walking around, and we're just like, "This doesn't make sense." But me and Baz, we ended up just staying out there anyway. But Laura was like, "I'm going out. Like this is not what we signed up for." And we had like went to 2 locations trying to figure out where this art walk was, because it was supposed to
Did
start
they give
one
you a menu or
neighborhood.
something to
They
scan and
did.
you could see where it is?
They did give like some sort of map. And again, it was just very interesting. But different neighborhoods do it different. So it's like
So it was like a mixed mural, artwork
mural
inside, maybe the inside is
right,
art.
exactly.
Okay.
Maybe this building is historic and this
And it's
piece is
beautiful piece of art. Okay.
art is so
But
subjective
that is
that
true though.
you could go on, you can make up your own artwork in your own neighborhood. You could go to your neighborhood and be like, you know what? That's
It
where
could be the
the
gardens
farms.
because I
Yeah,
love a beautiful garden.
exactly. And I feel like even you just doing that to yourself, like you do that a lot. You go on your walks, you're discovering different things. That's how we discovered that it was a farm in our neighborhood. So just different things like that. I do love that. Hiking, um, beaches, art walks, museums, things that are already free. Community events as well. You mentioned
Yeah.
that. And I meant community events, art walks. Those are things that are free that get you into learning. And also one thing I discovered too, the library guys, they do free
A
classes
lot of free
stuff.
classes.
How
to write your
to
own book.
learn how to
Did you
do
did you
those
know
things
that?
that you like. How to what is it,
I
sew
did
or
want to do
knit.
that.
And how to do the little sculpture things that people are doing now, the stuffed
Really?
sculpture things. I was supposed to do a class like that. Yes, you could do all types of things.
I do want to get back into my crocheting.
All right, this is another tip I'll throw in there because you guys listening and not tonight. How I had got into when I had did the animation. I had got my animation certification in storytelling, animation and creativity storytelling, where I learned how to do animations and storytelling at John Hopkins University. How did I get this opportunity, you ask? I seen an ad on Instagram. And those ads that you see on Instagram are real. Some of them are
Yeah.
you have to make
Some of
sure that
them.
you're vetting them. Some of them are real. And it was real. It was for the Baltimore Youth Film Center. And it was real. I was
Oh,
like,
that's
y'all are
awesome.
recruiting people off of Instagram. And I was
But how else would you recruit young
the
people?
people that you right. And I was like, this
You
can't
got
be
to go
real.
where they get their content
It was
from.
John Hopkins, guys. I was like, this cannot be real. And they emailed me back from the John Hopkins.
It was
Like, oh,
beautiful.
this is real. I was like, this is
And it was free, right?
yes, and it was free, and you got a real certification from a university, and you learn from real professors. You know, we were sitting in John Hopkins University classrooms using their devices in their studios. So it was, I was
And we
like,
got to
dang.
go and see
And we went to a
your
film
end
festival.
cartoon that she created.
The end animation. But I'm saying that to say that was a free program. That it was like I was just doing because I was like, I do like animation. I'm just gonna sign up because it's free. And it was literally something that you do on the weekend when
But
you're
that's
free,
also
not
art.
working. Exactly. That's why it's like you do these things to grow. I don't. You do it to distract yourself and grow. That was the point. And to say that it does not cost money to do these things that you think
Yeah.
cost so much money to do. I was at the University of Johns Hopkins every week. That was really cool. I was like, people pay money to be learned how to do art. And I did it for free
Yeah.
so that I can just, but you have to find those things because it's a whole bunch of them. It's like pottery. That's why I said go to the library. It's like pottery.
I used to do
It's like
pottery
all
in
types.
high school. I think I would want to do that again.
You
Yeah.
can make your own sculptures. So
But I don't know where
that's
any
why
of
you
that
like
stuff
cups
is.
and stuff like that.
And I did it when I was
Especially like
younger
that.
with voodoo.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
I went to a ceramic camp.
I did not know that.
I just remembered about it. Yeah. And we did like little sculptures and stuff. And I wonder what happened to any of my stuff.
Aw. I feel like Voodoo may have them.
No,
Wish she had them.
she probably has pretty ones. Not mine.
And you may like
No, like, it'll be a mug and you have to do the decorations and fire it and paint it and all that.
and you learned how to do that?
Yes,
And
but
do you remember the skill? Like, do you know how to do it?
no.
We about to have some not vanilla cups out in 2026.
It makes me sad. I don't know what I did with any of my stuff.
So do you know how to mix the clay too?
I used to. I don't anymore. I went to a school because a lot of schools now they don't have that kind of art
No,
class.
they don't. It's kind of crazy.
And I took Latin. Okay. Also, I grew up in Montgomery County, so there's that. They have a lot more money.
Mhm.
And the high school I went to had child development. They had workshop where people had built stuff. They
These
had
are like careers that they were helping you guys get. So you are able to do all of these things. Do you still have you at the store if you put the materials in front of you? You will do it. So do you remember? Do you remember?
But I only did one ceramic thing, Latin a little bit, and it was just to help me with the SATs. And I think I still did not do great, but you did great. So there's that.
Mhm. Okay.
But yeah, so new things, learning new skills definitely help us to not feel that numbness in life. When we're talking about reflecting on the past and stuff
Do
and
you
moving
feel
forward.
like all of those different skills, though, that you know and have, because you just said that you forgot. Do you,
Did
but
forget.
do you think that that is why it's made you a better versed person out here in the work field and in life? Like, do you feel like it's helped you be like, oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure it has. And I love little things like you said, mugs. I do have a ridiculous amount of mugs.
that track.
It makes so much
Have
more
a
sense
mug that
now.
track because
And I love a big
it
mug.
makes
I
sense
love a
now.
big mug.
Like it
And I
don't
love
matter
glasses, but I
how many
love mugs.
mugs she got. She admires a good one. It don't
And I
matter.
will buy another one in a
She
heartbeat.
admires them, so that makes sense. That's because you're like, this is art, and that's the. So
And
that
it's
makes
a little thing that could bring you beauty. Just like my mom had given me this and she just knew this mug. If you're watching on the podcast, you can't see it, but it's a red Martha Stewart mug with gingerbreads and it's so cute and just so whimsical. And I love things like that.
That makes so much sense. But we also like theater. Like I love theater, and just
You went to the ballet.
oh yes, I did go to the ballet. That was so fun. It was a wonderful date. It was beautiful, and it was a part one. It was a part two, guys.
Oh, and I'm getting into your business now, but it inspired you to do something.
Yeah, it inspired me. It reminded me that while I was watching the Nutcracker, it reminded me that I did used to perform the Nutcracker all the time when I went to in high school when I went to the Center for the Arts. So we always performed the Nutcracker. I would watch my friends dance to the Nutcracker ballet every year.
wow.
Like we practiced it. They had to. So nothing had to, but that was what they performed every year. So and I remembered the scenes. I was like, well, no, I remember it's supposed to be a scene. All of them come out, all of them come out with the princess.
be like,
Where is it at? Yeah. And so I remembered that, and I was like, "What scene is that?" And then it came up, and then the Russian scene came up, and me remembering and calling out these scenes, it was like, "That's why I like the Nutcracker because we practiced it so much." And that was at some point my job. Our job was to deliver a great show, so that's what we did. And I just we were always loving to support everything that everyone
Yeah.
did at Patapsco because they were such great shows, guys. Like, hold on, wait. And if you guys are listening, you guys remember, like, we had the most, we were the center of the arts. Like,
Yeah.
we were selling tickets to these
I
shows, like
mean,
Kennedy Center
we
worthy
loved it.
performances. Like,
Mhm. And you guys got invited all over the place.
performed in parades in
Mhm.
the Carolinas, asked to perform in universities. Like, we were actually really good. And that's why it was in the dancers. So that's it. Everyone was at a elevated height of professionalism in theater and arts. And watching the show, it made me realize, looking at all these young people, I did like performing from young, and that's why I'm so dramatic, and that's why I do like all these dramatic things, and that's why I want to know how did they make that? How does
Right.
that come about? And why I do like constructing things like how me and Laura were able to do a Bella's Beauty Bar and build a mirror and build a cloud wall with LED lights. Like that's the things that we had learned how to do and know and like to do. And it had inspired me to learn how to do Elf in an hour. So I
Mhm.
played the flute and piccolo, and I had researched the song and looked for the score for the song, and I got it. And I practiced it for an hour, and then I played it, and it just gave me so much holiday spirit to know
All of
that
us, really.
I do still know how to play my instrument at professional level. And I did used to perform a lot. Like I did used to perform in front of a stage full of people, just like the Nutcracker. And I think that's where talking and being this confident being and knowing that you're moving in these sure moments come from because when you have to perform, like we performed all the time. So that's what I had remembered. And it and in picking up my instrument again, it was like, "Why did you ever walk away from this?" Oh, yeah, that's why, because it's very strenuous. You practice all year
Yeah.
for that one night, for those couple of performances, and it is really that serious if you wanna be that great, and that's why it was so beautiful watching it because it was like, "Dang, all these
They've
little
been
kids, they
practicing,
practice
practicing,
all
and
year,"
practicing,
and
and
I know
practicing.
you
Yeah.
practice because yeah. And I posted it. I don't think I have it on my page. I posted it on my story, the little bit of the Elf tribute. I called it Elf by Dominique, but it's really Elf, just a regular Elf theme song with Will Ferrell in it, his movie, the background music, really. And I practiced it for an hour, but that's what it takes. I mean, and it still wasn't perfect, but it was like, "That's cute," but if somebody were to record it, that you practice for probably wait
Yeah.
an hour. I was like, "What's longer than this hour for people to wanna buy tickets or want to record you?" So, just stuff like that. Your little skills, they don't go unforgotten in your embedded personality.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, that was just funny. That going to see the Nutcracker area almost brought me to tears because it was like, I remember always watching my friends, Nia and Kiana, perform the Nutcracker in their scene, waiting for their scene. I'm in the Russian scene. And I think that's why I remembered the names of those different scenes because it was like, oh no, it's supposed to be like this. And that's my marker of if they're doing the show correctly or not.
Oh,
But
wow.
yeah, shout out to Pete Tap and all my creative, you know, colleagues. I miss you guys, and I do still remember those performances. We were great.
Burp, 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 burp.
It's yes, and yep, and it just made me remember how creative we were because even still, when I think about it, Patapsco was a really good show. Like I see the Nutcracker, and it
Oh,
was
no,
a
we
good
heard
show.
y'all's music. It was
Patapsco
good.
was a really
I never heard the Nutcracker from you guys because I think every time we even tried to get tickets, it would always be sold out.
that's how great they
Yeah.
were. Like I was saying, that's how great they were. Like it was like and it was always so special. Just TTT guys. And I think it because we were in it, guys. I don't think we really conceptualized how
How great it
great
was.
we really were until you go and you're an adult now and you're like, oh,
we're
We
great.
were really, and even now it's like people are like, why do you not? But I remember it was so dramatic for me at that time because I was performing for so long. At some point during college, I was gone every weekend, and that was the norm for me. Like I was gone every weekend since high school performing, so it was like I was kind of done. But
Mhm.
just to say that I don't want to be so much a performer or entertainer anymore, but a creator. I want to be able to create my own animations, create those old things like that. And you
But
just
it does
grow
take
by
a lot of
learning and
work.
experiencing those things. It
Yeah.
does. It takes oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was like, you think that these things aren't important, but it really takes that much just to do them.
Yeah.
That's what's funny. That sorry for that rant, but that
No,
was
but
good.
I think that's important because a lot of times when people may want to do their own podcast, hello, like us, or anything, but it takes so many hours of putting the reps in that I think we don't even conceptualize that. And the only thing that I can think is as many hours that I've done is probably body pump because I remember hours and hours and volunteering and doing all these classes for me to get to mastery. And it was like, I mean, so many hours that it doesn't even make sense, and I didn't get paid for a lot of it, but to me, it was like I could do it in my sleep. Beep, 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 and I could tell you what lift you're doing and why your body hurts because I had done so many reps that I figured out the mechanics, how to coach you through it. So it's just like,
Best. She would
now can
lead
I
your
do that now?
marathon. She would lead your marathon on a run.
I can
And she
tell
would
you
do
the reps.
all of the she was on the
I can tell you
side
right
of the
there,
brick bodies.
but I can't do it. I mean, I guess I could do
You
it, but
could,
no, I
but you
couldn't.
don't want to. And it's because
I can't even
and
mentally
it's
think
because
that
you
I
did
could
it
do
to
it.
mastery. Exactly. And that's why
I'll be like, no, you gotta bring your elbows in. That's why your shoulders hurting, or that's why this is hurting. But for me to actually perform to that level now, because I had seen one of the instructors that did dance. And I remember I was watching her, like how her arms work, because it's everything, y'all. Like, even how you put your hand when you're in body attack and body. And I was like, I'm really amazed at all that we accomplished, and I can't believe I used to do that, and thank you, Lord, I don't gotta do that no more, and I could just sit back and
and just
enjoy
enjoy it.
enjoy you doing it, and
And
we both laugh so hard because it's definitely true, like, when you're going through it and you're at that top performance, top speed, it's like, oh, it's not a big deal, but afterwards, now sitting back, I could not put in those reps again.
like you didn't even realize, but you really do. And that's why when I looked at the show, it was like, ah, because I was always performing, I had never
Right.
realized what a show actually looked like. That I actually did know the
Yeah.
show. I actually did remember what would the
And
show
all the
look like
practice that you.
and the scenes. And it was like, oh,
And you know what else I just
that's what
thought
it looks
about
like.
looking at you saying that is another thing is we think that once we get mastery, sorry, we don't have to do anything else to keep it. And that's not true. If you what? Stop. If you snooze, you lose. If you stop practicing and stuff, it doesn't like, yes, you may remember how to get it, just like you knew, okay, if I do this fingering, oh, I have to tune my flute. Oh, another
You
step. I
start to
forgot to do.
remember it. Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, if you snooze, you lose. It doesn't just stay with you forever.
You have to keep practicing.
So if you're willing to put down that skill or that talent, just know you may not be able to pick it back up just like that again. And I think a lot of young people
Well, my favorite thing
think
to
that.
say when you do something for a really long time, certain skills they don't have a physical expiration. Something
Yeah.
like playing an instrument that does not have a physical expiration. I will always remember how to play.
Yeah, definitely.
Either my lungs gonna be strong enough to be able to perform on
You can get it
probably
back.
not. Okay, my finger because for a long time I remember after a while of playing for a really long time, all them years, my fingers and my hands started to hurt. Do you
To
remember
cramp,
when I
yeah.
told you that I felt like I started to get arthritis? So i- it's the physical,
But was it arthritis or was it like
the stress and all that. I don't know. It was the
overuse,
physical
like you just needed a break?
limitations. Just
Yeah.
like football, you can reach master. It's the physical limitations of those days. I will always remember how great the professional level I was on, and I feel like I could still be that great. You still are that great. You're still that
Yeah.
body.
It's
You're
still
that
in us.
capsuled that time. Like you are, but it's just yeah. It was great. It's better to be able to
That was a
enjoy
good
it.
reflection.
That was a real reflection. As I'm saying, that was a good one.
That was a good reflection.
But we probably want to do a part two of this. Oh no, we can. Are you going to start about the Kwanzaa?
Yeah, so I know we're finished Christmas. We are done with the festival lights, Hanukkah. I wanted to talk a little bit about Kwanzaa because we haven't ever really celebrated it, but I really like the idea of Kwanzaa.
We still didn't do
It's okay. It's totally fine. And just a few of the principles that I thought was good: unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, supporting each other, purpose, intention, creativity, leaving things better than what they were, and having faith, belief in ourselves and in our future. So, definitely something I think that I will want to do a deep dive on maybe next year. I said it before. So maybe that's one of my intentions this upcoming year is that we'll actually practice it as a family. Have okay, I will
You
practice it
right.
and share it on our channel talking a little bit about each of the principles because I think that's something that can help our young people. And I think when you're creative and on purpose, that's like life changing. Because I know just recently learning how to do our podcast in different ways has made me feel more creative and more light and excited about life. Yeah.
I love when we're learning deeper of our histories and all of that because I feel like we're also very new. Like you only get to live these
Hmm.
experiences once.
What?
So it's like when you hear new information and stuff, you don't know. So you gotta dive into it a little bit more. So I feel like you've always been a perceptive person like that to dive into these different holidays and see what they mean, the meanings and the feeling behind it.
So she's open to me being open to seeing what it is entailing to celebrate it. And that would be next year. And just being
I
intentional
know a little
about
bit
it.
about it because my friend's name is Mia, and I know
Mhm.
that that. So it's like I get it, I have it, but to be honest, I don't have anything left in me to pour into these traditions or these whatever these different
And a lot
I
of these
believe in what I believe
traditions,
in.
yeah, are not rooted in good stuff. So it's like, I mean, just like I think Christmas, a lot of the stuff that people do for Christmas, spending all their money,
Right.
is not a good
It's
tradition.
taken
It's
home.
not a good thing for us to set up. We shouldn't. I remember a lot of holidays feeling like I even think about Easter. It's about like this big cooking and doing all this candy and doing all this stuff. And it's like, it's not supposed to make you feel broken
And
and
overwhelmed. That's why I
yeah,
said all of these new things I won't be continuing. They will be what's intentional and what feels good and what feels right. And when we want
yeah.
to get together and all that, 'cause that's how I used to live your life all year. I'm not about to sit, it's overwhelming. I think
She
that's
will do
actually
it for her birthday though.
I will do it for my birthday though. I will. I will. But what I won't do is I've never made anybody feel bad if they're not
Right.
able to remember or show up because everyone's different and in their different seasons. And
Yeah,
I've always been accepting of
that's
people
real.
like that. I've always been like that. And you know why?
Because of me.
Not because I want that in return, but it's because I have no expectation of that in
Yeah.
return. That's why and that's my advice to you. Do what it is that you're willing to do today. And
That's growth.
that's the truth of, whatever you're willing and able to do, that you do it so that it's no
And
bad
don't
in
feel
return.
guilt.
And, you don't have to
Yeah.
feel pent up because that's what you wanted to do. And you're able to get that energy back in return because, that's how I feel. But I do like Kwanzaa and stuff. I'm just saying as far as I don't
Yeah.
know what the intentions or the commitments behind all that is because I know you got to.
And that's why I said I need
candles.
to figure it
Yeah,
out.
that's why I was like, that
Because I'm
sounds
not
fine
trying
to
to
you,
write
but I'm
candles
never
to
saying
no kind of spirit
you
coming
light
in
the
my
candles
house.
and then don't you got to say the prayers or is that something else? I don't know, y'all. Exactly. Blessing and prayers.
So all of that to say, we're going to look into that for next year. That's going to be a thing that I am going to own. But just thinking a little bit about after the holidays, and especially after we just said a lot of the traditions are tomfoolery and, it
We're not trying to
really
disrespect
leaves
no one tradition. We're just saying
people
whatever brings you
growth. Yeah.
and whatever makes you happy. But it seems
With your own
it
boundaries.
seems
Yeah.
like we're moving away from our families doing the tradition things because we feel overwhelmed instead of just saying, "Oh no, this is really overwhelming. I do want to hang out and do all of this stuff, but all of this other stuff." Where me, on the other hand, I'm saying it from there. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. It's overwhelming. I'm not doing it. I do want to support you. I do love
I
you.
don't know how
I'm
you
not
got to the,
So,
what? We're
but,
not doing this.
but everyone's different. If you want to keep stressing yourself out every year, you can. You can do that. Everyone sees her. Oh, I'm just saying for me, that's a little overwhelming when I'm having kids. It seems a little overwhelming when I'm still trying to figure out my life in my orbit, you know?
And next year, I want to actually do our not vanilla Friendsgiving / holiday
Stuff
party.
like that. Exactly. That makes sense. Throw a party for your business of something you've been doing all because that's the stuff that really matters to children. And this is a tangent, but it tracks. Because when I had did something for Wellness Beauty Bar, the Galentine's Day, certain people have showed up and certain people did not. And it just brings me back on this reflection of those holidays and those seasons of that's what that is about. Of the things that you've already been doing.
Yeah.
Are you supporting your friends all year, what they're doing, right? Supporting your family and showing up for your family all year. Not just one time a year. That's why I feel so overwhelmed. That's why I don't get overwhelmed by it because I know the type of friend and the type of person I've been all year.
Wonder if we could do a Galentine here.
That was a good selection.
Because Valentine's Day, me and your dad tried to do it last minute and just to get drinks, and it was terrible. And it was expensive. It's like, what? We just went and got hip hop chicken, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. And it was a good little,
and that's what you
with the bottle of wine. Yeah.
I'm just saying that's
ridiculous.
I think I did all of that and then it wasn't a good turnout, but it was like, honestly, it was something I wanted to do to make myself feel
I think
better.
you got to do it if you want to do it because it's in your heart to create.
But then people will flip on when you don't remember certain things about them or when you don't show up for them. When it's like, I don't want to reverse it back to you. So it's just like, just make sure you have those boundaries with yourself so that you're not a constant people pleaser and a constant codependent. That is the only. This is the growth. Because, in this new one, we do what makes us happy and showing up how we can show up, not overwhelming and overstressed. That's why Gary and Roxana don't have that many great kids. My parents don't have that many great kids because they do what they know that they're able to do, and you're not going to bully me or push me.
Well, I think we used to, but if it's going to end in a meltdown or two or three, I'm not willing to push myself to that point.
And maybe if more people were, entertainers, professionals that did make it to professional levels of things, that were actually outperformers, that were actually the people that were teaching the other people how to do and be the big things, then you would understand what it takes. I don't think they do. I'm sorry. I don't know what
All right.
to say.
So after the holidays, let's talk about money.
After the holidays, everything could be happening. You could be transitioning into a new position.
Definitely.
The savings depleted.
And a lot of people feel guilty for that.
The spending probably feel remorse.
Yeah.
How you stop all of that? Stop supporting. After the holidays, go for the holiday sales. Don't fall for the holiday. But that's a conversation for another day.
But it
These are
goes
just
back
my
to what you
tips.
were saying about supporting people and being there for them throughout the year. That way, don't treat people bad all year and then feel like you got to do the most at the end of the year. Be nice, give gifts when you can, show up when you can. And then that way, it's not this, oh, I got to throw a big party. I have to do this, I have to do that.
And I can attest to that because literally when I see stuff that I think my siblings will like, I get it for them throughout the year and I just give it to them. Be like, I think that you would like this. This is what you like. You come. Because, and now I
Yeah.
know it because I didn't forget about you. I know this episode you like, I think too.
Yeah. I think the holidays are beautiful, but um and expensive, but it's like everything is with boundaries. If that's really important to you, I think plan for it throughout the year too, because there used to, well, I'm sure there still is like saving clubs where you save up throughout the year, then the end of the year you have that extra money to do a little bit extra with for your family's celebration and gifts and stuff like that. So just don't avoid the conversation, especially if I remember one year I couldn't do well, like this year, I couldn't do a lot. I just had to tell everyone I can't do a lot this year and keep it moving. The one thing I did do was the cookie party. That's what I could afford to do. And
I
that's
love the
it.
cookie party every year. And I think those are things we need to stick by. Things that are attainable. The cookie party, Christmas cookie baking party, and dinner. That's the stuff that we like to do. All of the other stuff, that's overwhelming. It sounds actually insane. Crazy.
And we even put
Especially if we have bigger families.
yeah, we just said we were going to do the cookies at one point. I wasn't going to cook, but I figured I'd rather everyone be together and participate if they can. So we made spaghetti. We made stuff that was easy, wasn't a lot of money, and that way everyone can take part. And even my mother-in-law, Martini, had said, everyone bring whatever they want to eat. And I think next year we'll just do that or we'll do pizza, but just make it light. Don't make it so
For the
heavy.
Christmas cookie baking party?
Yes.
Yes. Not for Christmas Day.
Not for Christmas dinner, for the baking party.
But
Because she was saying if it's
also
too
they
much
need to
for me.
rotate the responsibility. It's not fair to keep having the same person host and do the things. That's why it becomes overwhelming. That's why it dwindles out. So if you like
And
to
at
enjoy
this
those things, you
point,
have to support
we're
it.
all old enough that we can host and do stuff. So I know it's hard when you have little kids to get them up and get them, but now it's like, for our family and for my sister-in-law, my love and my other sister, they can do a little bit more if they wanted to because everyone's kids is a little
I don't know
older.
what everybody else. I know.
And they do.
That's what I'm
That's what I'm saying.
that's what I'm saying.
I was about to
Just
say,
like
that's
just
what we
make
know.
sure everybody
Yeah.
really
And it doesn't have to be every holiday. Don't do every holiday. All right. So
right.
looking ahead with vision and intention.
But I think Thanksgiving and Christmas is a little too close together.
Well, it's a month apart.
It's a little too close together. It's too much. You can pick one. I don't think we have
Yeah.
to do
And I think we do.
all the time. No, we do both, and that's what I'm saying. I think no,
Oh, I see
no.
what you're saying.
Yeah,
Charlie did it.
Charlie,
Yeah, Charlie did it last year.
but I still think that's to be. This Christmas was a little different. It wasn't as many people. It's just community family, and so that was different. So I did appreciate Thanksgiving because
Everyone was together. Yeah. And it is kind of sad to me now because every holiday we've seen that it hasn't been the same amount of people. So, and that's what encourages me to keep going. And that's why I said I will continue the cookie party for now until I don't want
Mhm.
to do it anymore. Don was just comforting me because, yeah, I do see that we're not all there. And like for my mother in law that is getting older, she wants to be with her grandkids. So if I can facilitate that, of course I'm gonna do that for her. Like I'm not gonna be like, no, I don't want you to no, can't have it here. No, if I have a bigger house and I have capacity to do it, we're gonna make those times of togetherness.
And I like supporting you in those times. And that's why it's like it does become overwhelming because it's like you want to help the older generation still connect with all the generations. So I'm here, but it does get overwhelming. So we did speak on holiday blues, but now that we're over the holidays, we can celebrate and move on to our birthdays. Yay.
We didn't really talk about vision boards. Maybe that could be a one for the new year.
I mean, I think vision boards they work for certain people. I feel like it depends on how you learn and how you absorb information. Because I just like doing goal lists. Like I feel like at some point, to me, the vision boards can get overwhelming because it's just like I'm just looking at pictures. I
Right.
need goals and how I'm gonna get to these little goals. You know,
I
to
was
me.
thinking it's aspirational. Like I'll just throw things on the board like
But for some people, that is what it is.
Hermes bag.
Yeah.
Like ridiculous stuff that I don't even really want.
Mhm.
Black lady that's skinny. Okay.
That's what I'm
Black
saying. It's
lady,
just like a
huge
magazine.
afro. It's like, what am I doing right
Yeah,
now?
I'm gonna have long hair, and it's like okay.
Okay, I'm not willing to do
Yeah,
any
and
of
it's
the
like,
things to
alright,
get that.
okay. Of course, this is your mission. But and I guess though that is good though. Like you are supposed
Right.
to manifest those things, but different things work for different people.
Right.
I rather just write my goal list. Dominique, make sure you go to the hair store to get your this. You
Yeah.
need to apply to this. You need to work on your resume. You need to apply to school. I write my goals out so that I can know
I
what the
guess
fuck
the
I'm doing.
only thing that could really help is if you already had specific goals and you actually matched your vision board with the images. Because if not, it's just like these pie in the sky things that's like, I want $1 million house. I don't. Not right. I mean, I do,
And
but
we're
not
not talking
really.
down to the vision boards because they work for some.
They
They
do.
do,
But you need to
manifest
be
and show up,
focused,
but
I think.
it just depends. I just know for me, my vision boards haven't really worked for me. My goal list, however, do work. When I go back with my goal list, I'm like, oh, I did do that. Oh, I did do that.
Right.
But when I look at the vision board, I don't know what I be looking at. I'm just looking at magazines that I got pictures from magazines that I cut out that I like. This is a board that I like looking at.
It's cute.
It makes me
It's
feel
high fashion.
like I'm aspiring
Mhm.
towards this fancy ass. And that's its purpose.
But I
I guess
will
that's its
say
purpose.
this. Did you guys know that you were in our vision board? We wanted to do a podcast. We had talked about it for years and finally got it up and running.
Well, one birthday, I was like, I want to do it before my birthday. I want to have a podcast. I want to have
Yes.
something tangible. That's what I was.
And that's how
what I
quick
said.
it is, though. It's
And I'm gonna
like
have
when
something
you
that
have
I
these.
know that I've been building and working
Yeah.
on. And that's what happened. I think because I wanted to capitalize that time that I was 20 and how I was feeling and stuff. And it worked out. It worked out. This was a great gift. I mean, we're still building our community.
And we had a good amount of family members on, friends. We had Nia on. We had a lot of people on. So I think we will build even more in 2026.
I want to have some like famous guests for you guys. And I actually do have a couple lined up that are willing to come and talk, and also a few in my head that I am manifesting when I meet them.
Wait a
They
minute.
will
That
come
means
on
they
the
need
show.
to go on your vision board.
They will come on the show. They're in my head already. I already know.
Oh.
It can already have it. So I put things out in real life. So that's
And I don't know, does it help to share your vision board with others? I think sharing that vision is important. You got to make it plain where you want to go. That's something to
um
be shared. I don't know if I want to share my vision board actually with everyone. What do you think?
my parents, like you and dad, you guys obviously don't share dreams with everyone because they can siphon it out. I don't share them fully and plainly. I kind of ask certain stuff. Like I asked my friend the other day, I said, would it be corny if I had this artist on the podcast? Because really I was surveying out, is this person corny or not, or how do we feel about this person? You know? And
Mhm.
she was like, no, why would you say that? And I was like, because when I read the comments in this person's comment section, they don't really like this, that's what it seems like. The community or the streets don't really like this individual. She was like, no, girl, we don't got to be in the community or the streets to. People don't like people for no reason. And it was like, I was
Anything.
like, you're right. And I was like, that's actually a silly question of me even asking for that, because it's like, if I like and identify with you, and I think certain things that you were saying in your music, or actually, the reason why I want to have this specific artist on is because of the things that they talk about when they are just speaking to people.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, you could be a good person that could come and talk about mental health topics and lifestyle topics of how you got here and stuff. And maybe a person doesn't even know that you talk like this from your music. So it's like,
Well, now
it was
I'm
like,
intrigued.
it would be like that could be a good person. So I'm going to
And
stop
that would
being
be
so
fun for
scary,
us to
and
do someone different.
that's why I was like, I'm going to use these different avenues, not putting in a box of what needs to be on the show and what not needs to be on the show. Because
And
it's
I
like
could be
that
the
could be
editor.
really good.
I could be the director.
You'd be really good. You're gonna be the co-host because you're a co-host.
You would want me to be a co-host with you?
Yeah, you're the co-host. Hold on. So I was like that. So hopefully we'll see if I'm able to. I do have one celebrity, but we'll see if we're able to get other person that I'm
And we will.
I think we could too.
Yeah.
I never been told no. So I think we could. I think we could. I really could. But um also kind of reining it in, so that, because I feel like I don't want people to come on here and talk about crazy stuff or traumatize our people.
Why? We talk about oh no, you can't traumatize
That's what I'm
anyone
saying. I don't
else.
want them talking about something too
But
loud, because we don't talk
yeah,
about it.
where there's no limit on us because we don't have sponsors. We can do whatever we want to do right now. And that's the best time to do things like this is talk about topics that could be a little
Yes, but
on
with these
edge.
celebrity guests, we would get a lot of views, or we will get a lot more eyes. I feel like that could also build the credibility too, because oh, you guys are talking to people. You guys are in this area.
We are real. We actually do take time to put a podcast together. All right. Well, is there anything else you could think of?
No, that will be it. This is your host.
Celebrity guest coming up.
We have merch coming up. We
Mhm.
have content and
More shorts.
more
So
coming up.
check out our Instagram, and we're going to be more visible on YouTube. We've been doing more collaborations on YouTube. And I think it's been working for us. We've gotten a lot more comments and likes, so keep them going.
Thank you for all your support, and us, Roxana and Dominique from Not
Not
Vanilla,
enough.
are wishing you a happy holidays and a happy
And a happy new year. Bye.
bye.